What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Chris, and it's Q&A time. Once again, though, I have to say thank you guys for hitting 300 subscribers on the channel. That is nuts. I honestly hope we can keep going with this. It was really exciting to see that number pop up on my timeline and stuff like that. So thank you guys. Question 1 is from a good friend Tina. She wrote, "Congratulations once again. My question is, if you could live anywhere in the world, where would it be? Anywhere but here." No, seriously, I've thought about UK area. I've thought about Canada. Just the way the US is right now kind of sucks. I know a lot of the problems that are going on here are all over the world. I think I've chose one of those two places just because of the weather. I know it's like really rainy over in the UK and Ireland, all that, but I don't mind the rain. And I love cold weather. I hate being in Georgia. It's so hot. So either Canada or UK. Next one's from Llama Stop Motions. What's your favorite movie? I've thought about this long and hard. Honestly, I think it's The Lion King, mostly because of the memories that come with it. I used to go to my aunt's house every weekend when I was younger, and she tells a story that she had to buy a second copy because I burned through the first copy so many times. But I think my answer is The Lion King. Next question's from Keaton Holmes. What do you think the future of FNaF has in store for us? In my opinion, a lot. The fact that Scott allowed the games to be produced by secondary studios was amazing. The fact that a movie is still in production, and I did read that they're pushing along the script now, which is way better than the situation was 5 years ago, you know? I think it can only go up from here. The fact that there's another game coming out, supposed to be sometime this year, and Steelwool Studios are also releasing Curse of Dreadbear on console, which is the DLC for Help Wanted. I don't know if it'll go back to the point and click style game that we know and love, but I'm okay with that. I think Help Wanted showed really what this franchise can be, so I think only good things can come from the future. Next question's from Alex. They write, out of all the FNaF games, which is your favorite? Help Wanted, hands down. Like, a lot of the games are really frustrating after a while. Like FNaF 1, once you get to night 5, it's absolutely ridiculous. FNaF 2, while I would say that's probably my second favorite, once you learn the mechanics, it's honestly pretty easy. Same thing with FNaF 3, like once you get the mechanics down and you know how to do it, unless you're playing like aggressive mode. We're going to be on Twitch today at 5 p.m. trying to beat aggressive nightmare mode. It's pretty easy. FNaF 4 is really freaking hard. I started recording that recently, and that game is nuts. It puts you... I was shaking the whole time. It was crazy. But I think Help Wanted is my favorite. Sister Location really changed the way FNaF was played. Seeing the models in 3D, seeing them chase you down in Help Wanted was nuts. And then the fact that it was in VR originally was really amazing. So my answer is Help Wanted. The next one's from Connor Plays. It says, congrats. If you could give yourself one piece of advice when you started, what would it be? That is a really good question. The piece of advice I would give myself is to find your niche. When I first started YouTube, I was doing games like Fortnite, Rocket League, Slime Rancher, Minecraft, you know, and then I really fell in love with the horror genre, playing Resident Evil 2 and playing Five Nights at Freddy's 1. You haven't seen those. Most of those old videos are really bad. But I think if I would have found my niche early, maybe we would have more consistent subscribers and watch time, stuff like that. Because the second we did Five Nights at Freddy's Help Wanted, the channel's been going from there. Playing FNaF Help Wanted really pushed the channel, and it shocked me, to be fair. Like, I didn't think those videos would do as well as they did. Especially the first video had like 100 views by the third video going out. And if you look at like my top 10 videos or whatever, at that time they were all the FNaF Help Wanted videos, except for like my first video on YouTube. For some reason that has over 100 views, and I have no idea why. That video's really bad. My answer would be just to find your niche and really stick to it. So if you want to play horror games, play horror games. If you want to do a variety of games, that's fine, but your growth on YouTube would be a little bit slower. And it is what it is. You get out of YouTube what you put into it most of the time. Next question is from CJverse. How did your channel name come about? Well, funny story. So when I was in high school, that's how long I've had this. It was really weird. Back in the MySpace days, I was trying to come up with a screen name, couldn't think of nothing. And I did a classroom read where we basically read through a play, and there was a character called King Duncan. It was the story of Macbeth, and I played King Duncan, funnily enough. And I was like, okay, King, that's kind of cool. Royalty, purple, that's nice. And then again, trying to come up with some kind of cool, catchy little name on MySpace, and I was like, man, I need some kind of logo or whatever. And I always kept seeing the biohazard symbol like everywhere, especially playing like the wrestling games back in the day. They always had like a biohazard symbol, and I was like, oh, no wrestler has a biohazard symbol on their outfit, so my character's gonna have one on there. And so I just kind of mashed them together, Biohazard King. And what's even more funny is, like, I thought way ahead of myself. I have the URLs for a lot of the Biohazard King. I think the only one I don't have is Twitch right now. I don't know who has it on Twitch, but like even now my channel on here is youtube.com/the Biohazard King, which is nuts that nobody has done that. Yeah, just trying to find a catchy name for MySpace, and it ended up being my gamer tag for a long time as well. I just thought it was a weird but cool name. Next one is from Felly099. Says, congrats. Again, thank you guys. Their question is, why did you start a YouTube channel? For me, it was, I really wanted an outlet for creativity, if that makes sense. I was in bands for the past almost 10 years. Damn, 2010. Yeah, for 10 years. I've been in music. I used that as an outlet for creativity for a long time. I used to draw and all kinds of stuff. And I want to say it was about a year or so ago, maybe, that the people I'm currently talking to, we talked about getting our old band back together, because we had lost the practice space a couple years ago and hadn't really played. And I started realizing that I truly needed a way to express myself, and I wanted something that I could call my own, that I was the one responsible for the videos or the content that goes out. So I've been in projects where people have said they're committed and they just weren't. It was like, I really wanted something to where if I fail on this, it's solely my fault, and not the fact that the guitar player doesn't want to show up, or not the fact that, oh, we got kicked out of the practice space and we can't practice anymore, So I wanted this to be solely my own thing, and if it's successful, great, mostly because of you guys anyway. But I know if I put in the hard work and it does become successful, then all the hard work really will pay off. And that mainly just to have a creative outlet. Next one from Tim Gaming. Have you ever been to Ireland? Do you intend to? I've never been to that side of the world. I've never actually been overseas. I've been to like Mexico and all over the US, but I've never been to Ireland. I would love to go. I met so many wonderful people just doing YouTube alone that all live in that area, in Britain, Ireland, the UK in general, and I would really want to meet all you guys for sure. I did have plans next year to go to England. Maybe it'll come through, I don't know. But for those that don't know, I play the Pokemon trading card game, and the World Championships were supposed to be in London this year, but they bumped it to next year. And so I know one of my buddies got his invite, or he's really close to his invite already, and I'm not far behind him. So once things start opening back up due to the current situation, I'm going to try to give it my all. But I did hit a little financial snag recently that I'm not going to get into right now. So we'll see if those plans still take effect. Hopefully next year I will be able to come to London. But to answer your question, yes, I would love to travel to Ireland one day. And the last question on the list is from Little Welshie, and she asks, what was your inspiration to start gaming on YouTube? Well, you'll know exactly who it is, but I used to watch people like Jacksepticeye, Markiplier a lot, and go, man, that would be really cool if I could do that. But the one channel that I watched that went, wow, this could really be a thing, was Dawko. Now, Dawko is a FNaF YouTuber, or at least I don't think he meant to be a FNaF YouTuber, but I'm sure he's proud to be a FNaF YouTuber. He does a lot of horror games. He plays a lot of FNaF fan games. He played the FNaF games like as they were coming out. He was playing. He was right on top of it. And I don't remember when it was, but I wanted to start YouTube since like 2014, 2015, but I just didn't have the finances to be able to do it at the time. And I remember watching, maybe he was doing FNaF 3 or 4, and I was like, man, I could really do that if I got my stuff together and tried. Didn't know how much work would actually need to happen to be able to do it, but it's been fun so far. So my inspiration to start was Dawko. And going through, I believe that was all the questions. I appreciate every single one of you guys for all the questions, all the support you guys show on the channel. It really does mean a lot. All the people that have said congratulations, all my friends that do live here that still check out my channel, and even all you guys in the Twitter chat that take the time to watch all the videos that I post. I post a lot of videos, at least one a day, and there's some people that will sit down and watch every single video I post, turn notifications on, everything. It's nuts. So once again, thank you guys so much. I really do appreciate it. And I think I've said this before, I really want one day this to be my actual job, to be able to provide entertaining content. I wouldn't say I'm the best content creator out there, but I do try my hardest, and I'm trying to get better. So once again, thank you guys, and if you enjoyed it, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, comment down below, and I'll see you all next time. Peace!